World War II, a time when the world was consumed by darkness, when humanity seemed to vanish behind the smoke of war. Amidst the barbed wires of Auschwitz, where death was routine, a story of forbidden love began. In a place built to erase humanity, two souls, one a Jewish prisoner and the other an SS guard, found something unthinkable: tenderness. This is not a fairy tale. It's a true story that defied the rules of war, of hatred, and of survival. Her name was Helena Citrónová, a young Slovak Jew brought to Auschwitz in 1942. His name was Franz Wunsch, a 22-year-old Austrian SS officer who was supposed to see prisoners as less than human. Yet somehow, in the heart of darkness, their paths crossed, and everything changed. It began with a song. On one summer day in 1942, Helena was ordered to sing at the birthday celebration of an SS officer. Her voice, soft yet powerful, carried through the barracks, a sound of life in a place made for death. Among the officers listening stood Franz Wunsch. He was captivated. Later, he sent Helena a note and a piece of cake, a gesture that could have meant death for both of them. From that moment, an unspoken connection began. In a world ruled by cruelty, Franz offered her small acts of kindness, food, protection, and sometimes just a look that reminded her she was still human. Over time, Franz began to risk everything. He smuggled gifts to her. He warned her of dangerous selections, where thousands were sent to the gas chambers. Once, when Helena's sister arrived at the camp, he intervened to save her, an act that was nothing short of miraculous in Auschwitz. Helena, at first, was terrified of him. He was still an SS guard. But as days turned into months, she began to see the man behind the uniform. He was kind, and I was afraid to love him, she would later say. In those brief, stolen moments, a glance, a whispered word, a letter, they found something fragile, yet real. Love, born in a place designed for hate. In January 1945, as the Soviet army drew closer to Auschwitz, the world around them was collapsing. For the last time, Franz reached out to Helena. He sent her a small parcel, warm clothes and socks for what was known as the Death March. Inside, a short note. Just a few words that carried everything he couldn't say aloud. I loved you very much. Days later, the Red Army arrived. Helena was among those who survived, walking out of the camp, free, but carrying memories she could never escape. Years later, Helena rebuilt her life in Israel. She married, had a family, and tried to leave the memories behind. But Franz never forgot her. He searched for her, wrote letters, and even sent gifts. She never replied. Then, in the 1970s, their paths crossed again, not in secret, but in court. Franz Wunsch was on trial for war crimes. Helena was called to testify. When she saw him again, she didn't see the guard she once feared. She saw the man who had once saved her life. And she told the truth. He was kind to me. He saved me. Her words didn't absolve him of guilt, but they showed something greater, that even in hell, humanity had not been completely lost. Helena never saw Franz again after that day. She lived the rest of her life quietly, refusing to romanticize what had happened. It was not love as people know it, she once said. It was survival. And maybe something more. Helena passed away in 2007. Franz followed 2 years later. Their story reminds us that history is not only about nations and battles, it's about people, choices, and impossible emotions born in impossible times. In the silence of Auschwitz, where millions perished, 2 souls dared to feel. A love forbidden. A love that could never truly exist, yet somehow it did.